and from one madman in Korea to one madman in the United States, where the great Don Fadas has been coming out hot with the tariff threats, Luigi. He's been threatening 100% tariffs against BRICS nations if they even dare to create a new currency or back any other currency to replace the mighty US dollar. Very Don-like, very, very mob style. And then we wonder why they hate us. And mind you, Luigi, this was right after promising 25% tariffs on all products coming from Mexico and Canada, and of course, more tariffs on China. He said the tariff, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna
He
read it
went
now.
on a tariff extravaganza. He said the tariffs would remain in place until the two countries clamped down on drugs, that's on Mexico and Canada, particularly fentanyl and people crossing the border illegally. As others are pointing out, yeah, he's saying that, yes,
He's managed to tie
yeah,
border policy to
yes.
drug policy,
There's a reason.
and he's gonna deal with it with tariffs.
I
Wow.
mean, as people are pointing out, I think Luigi, he's explicitly tying this with the fentanyl and the immigration to the tariffs because that's the way he will attempt to bypass Congress with an executive order by tying the tariffs to some national security play. I think that's the play here. But, I mean, yeah, tying the fentanyl and the drugs and fucking with the tariffs is insane, isn't it?
I mean, it's as good an excuse as any to just impose tariffs out of the blue.
Out of the blue. As you can imagine, Luigi, I mean, threatening 20% tariffs on Canada sent Trudeau scrambling, racing to Mar-a-Lago for an audience with the Mad King.
Let me translate that. Racing to lick Donald's asshole until the tariff threat is aborted.
It has to be aborted over a dinner that reportedly included a dish called Mary Trump's meatloaf, Luigi. He ate my meatloaf. He ate my meatloaf.
Look at how happy he is with Trump.
They discussed, should I?
Yeah.
Over a dinner, they discussed trade, border security, fentanyl, blah, blah, blah. Trudeau then promised more border surveillance to monitor the bears. I don't know. And at the end, Luigi, of the dinner, Trump walked Trudeau to his car and said, "Keep in touch, bitch. Call me anytime. Talk soon."
Like a real boss. Like a real mob boss.
Like
Keep
a
in
real-
touch.
Keep in
Call
touch.
soon.
Don't hesitate, Justin. How's your mom? Give her my regards, Justin.
Give her a kiss she can't refuse, Justin.
Give her a kiss on the lips for me, Justin. Tell her I miss her. Now kiss my hand and go.
I meant the ring. Kiss the ring.
I mean, I don't know. Meanwhile, Luigi, the president of Mexico, called him Miss Scheinbaum. She called him to encourage him to stop the blockades against Cuba and Venezuela, since the people suffering leads to the phenomenon of migration. Mic drop.
Wow. Some friendly neighborhood advice from Mexico.
We'll see how either approach works out, right? I mean, if you want the most interesting aspect of all this, it seems the relationship between Canada and Mexico appears to be breaking down, as in an effort to gain the upper hand, both leaders have worked to cast the other as ill-prepared to meet the challenges, amid warnings from experts that Trump loves to divide and conquer. Oh no. Even before Trump's announcement, the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and a handful of provincial premiers had mused openly about cutting Mexico out of future trade talks, instead pivoting towards a Canada-US trade pact, a move that Mexico's lead negotiator called a betrayal. Canada's ambassador to the United States they keep harping on during the meeting that the message was that our border is so vastly different than the Mexican border was really understood, Hillman said of the meeting between the two leaders. Meanwhile, Scheinbaum, Luigi, is telling reporters that Canada has a serious problem with fentanyl consumption, much more than Mexico, citing recent drug decriminalization measures that prove controversial. The Canadians are throwing the Mexicans under the bus, and the Mexicans are pissed, Luigi. They're
A
throwing
betray,
shade. The betrayal
a
is the
betray,
alliance
the
fracturing, Luigi.
one of the greatest anime betrayals, Senor.
Yeah. Anime betrayal top 10. Is the alliance gonna fracture? Is the incoming trade war upon us? Or is this merely, Luigi, is this merely the opening salvo of a madman's negotiation strategy? Is this what's happening?
He's pretending to be a madman. He's, how can I
Too
put this?
many
Like,
chicken nuggets, Luigi.
Trump is a controlled demolition. Like, things are blowing up,
He's
but
an
you know it's gonna
agent
be.
of chaos, and
Yes.
chaos loves a ladder.
Some friendly advice from.
And Trudeau's gonna get on that fucking ladder if Mexico has to be thrown under the fucking bus, Luigi.
I mean, it's looking like Mexico is gonna draw the short stick of any trade deal that is negotiated, to be honest. Or, like, I believe that Trump is gonna do 25% tariffs until Mexico comes to the table, basically.
And with
And they,
Canada, you think he's gonna take the ass kissing from Trudeau and just I think he's gonna be equally punitive at the very least with Canada.
he was last time, so chances are he will. Yeah.
And before we conclude, I want to say that, looking at Trump's shenanigans, if I was, say, looking at it from far, far away as some alien slash baby chimera, a chimerant, I would think this looks a little bit like the world's preeminent power lashing out as its total grasp on the world's affair and its undisputed spot as top dog appears to be slightly slipping. I don't know, it feels a little bit weak, Luigi.
Yeah. It's been a strange year, honestly, around the world. Look, I was reading an article recently that basically described that it's been a super year for elections, and almost every incumbent party
Lost.
on earth has lost, like in some form of another,
Yeah.
either completely or like lost their majorities.
Yeah, and I mean, I've attributed that to Trump at the beginning, but it's not really Trump.
It's not Trump. It's
Yeah,
about
Trump is also a symptom of this.
it's about 3 years of high inflation.
Yeah.
People are angry. Whoever is in power is getting
He's getting a
battered.
kicking, folks, because they did nothing.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what comes next. It can't be good, right?
No.
He said in an optimistic tone. Oh,